Hey everybody, it's Manifesting Monday and I'm in my Vegas office and just thrilled to be connecting with you a little bit today. I want to talk to you about something that it was very helpful for me to understand what it was about, and it's called the healing crisis. So if you think about wanting to do something really good and positive for yourself, say for instance, you want to, it's a little light in here, I'm moving my light down a bit because it's blinding me. Say, for instance, you want to make some changes to get healthier in your life. So you start working out and you know that it can be painful initially, right? You work out, you go to the gym the next day, you're like, oh my God, I hurt so bad, I shouldn't even have done this. Or it also happens, hi Brad, how are you? When we do a fast, like a cleanse. Or say, for instance, I'm going to start eating really, really healthy. I'm going to give up junk food. I'm going to give up sugar. I'm just going to eat fruits and vegetables. Or if you start just doing a juice fast, I've done this a lot. And we start to feel worse before we start to feel better. People have come to me for counseling sessions and they're like, I'm coming to you so that I can be happier, so that I can be healthier, so that I can feel better. Why is it that things get worse before they get better? Oh yes, I'm Dr. Barbie. Thanks, Brad. I love that. And this is something that's called the healing crisis. And it's not a bad thing. And in fact, it's a good thing. It's information that things are shifting. It's a sign of transformation and progress. But if we're not aware that this can happen, it can be discouraging. You're like, I don't even want to go there. Things are worse. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to put the genie in the bottle. I'm going to put the toothpaste back in the tube. Forget it. So don't do that. Don't do that. If you are wanting to set some intentions to become happier, to become healthier, to wake up, this can be really helpful information, very helpful information. So when I went back to school, and we would be in class for, say, 10, 12 hours a day processing our emotional hurts. Hi, Kathy. It's so good to see you. Hey, Scott. Good to see you here. Thank you for being with me for a little while today. I'm so blessed by your presence. So we would be in class and we would be talking about the hurts and heartbreaks in our lives and purging, and there would be a sense of relief. But then there would also be often challenges. Like I would get sick. After this weekend of doing a lot of healing work, I would go home and my throat would hurt, my lymph nodes would get swollen, and I would get really sick. And it's because we are moving the energy. We're recalibrating. We're creating a new balance and a new normal. And our bodies really want to stay in stasis. They want to stay kind of in a consistent place. But if we want to become better versions of ourselves, if we want to become happier and healthier, hey Marianne, hi, how are you? We need to be able to really participate and take responsibility to make good, positive choices. And again, if we know that sometimes challenges are going to come up, we're disrupting the status quo with the intention to go higher, that awareness can be so helpful. It's sort of like, I feel a lot of people are living gray lives. Just kind of gray, kind of heavy, not that satisfying, not that joyful. Maybe there are moments of happiness, but not a consistent state of joy or bliss or heaven on earth. In order for us to get to that place, we really need to participate. We need to make these choices, and we need to stay very consistent, on track, and diligent. So people are living gray lives, right? I imagine it being under the cloud line. It's a gray, gloomy day. People are under the cloud line. If you want blue skies, if you want rainbows, if you want joy in heaven on earth, we need to choose to ascend. We need to choose to navigate the terrain from fear to love. So as we do this, we take better care of our bodies. We maybe want to do our healing work emotionally. We want to maybe commit to our spiritual path, if you will. Maybe find a counselor or join a support group or read self-help books. And again, as we do that, we might start to go through the cloud line. I call this turbulence. And a lot of times when people are in turbulence, not feeling so good, they're like, I've made a mistake. I want to turn back around. I want to go back down. And I would just say, don't do that. Don't do that. This is really the time to set a really strong intention and recommit. Yes, Tonda, stepping out of our comfort zone. And it can be uncomfortable and it can take courage. And if your life is good the way that it is, maybe you don't want to do that. But for me, my life was pretty painful. It wasn't even like I decided to choose to become a healthier and happier version. It was just that my life was completely unworkable. It was so painful. It was either change or die. That's what it felt like. I was either going to have to change or die. And so I set the intention to try to heal. And things did get worse before they got better. Because somebody had told me about this healing crisis and the opportunity that is available to us as things are shaking us up, I did. I continued to recommit. I continued to recommit to my spiritual path, to my healing journey, and just dig a little deeper, go a little higher. So it's temporary. The pain is temporary. You will be met with grace. And it happens in layers. It's sort of like if you can imagine a snake shedding its skin. As it does, it looks like it's an uncomfortable process, right? And then once the skin is off, they're maybe a little bit raw, a little bit vulnerable. That can happen with us as well. And it can be disorienting. It can be challenging. Hi, hugs and kisses to you, Jeanette. It's so beautiful to see you here. I just adore you, sweet thing. So it can be, again, it can be disorienting. It can be confusing. And it's because we are changing. We're recalibrating. We are creating a new normal. The balance is shifting. And this can happen to us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So the way I describe it sometimes is like it's being in the elevator. We're going to a higher floor in a high-rise building. And say you're pretty stable on the 5th floor, but you decide you want to go higher, which is me. I want to go as high as I can in the elevator of consciousness. I'm going to the penthouse. So sometimes as we do this, we get in the elevator, we start to go higher. Maybe we take better care of ourselves. We start meditating more. We maybe do a cleanse or a fast, and we can feel a little disoriented. We can feel a little bit out of sorts, like the ground isn't quite solid under our feet. This, again, is part and parcel of the healing process. I'll actually have friends of mine call me sometimes going, I'm in the elevator. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Let me hold your hand. Let's have a conversation. I think it's really nice to have a support system that has this language so that it's not so scary or weird or confusing. So to surround yourself with people of like mind or find a counselor. And that's why I do what I do, because I want to hold people's hands as they ascend into higher realms of consciousness. So again, it can be like being in the elevator. It can be in turbulence. People call me saying I'm in turbulence right now. Another analogy that came forward for me as I was meditating about this one day, and it kind of made me laugh. I hope it's not too gross for you. So it's sort of like we want to clean up our lives. I think one of the reasons we're here on planet Earth is to clean up our karma, to learn the lessons of love, and to have a great time. Although it's hard to have a great time unless you've done some of the work with cleaning up your karma, and if you're not really living a love-based life. So it's sort of like if you imagine cleaning out your closet. Sometimes things seem worse before they get better. It's like you pull everything out. It's like, oh, this is a mess. I shouldn't have started this process at all. I should have just left it as it was. But again, if you want to really take responsibility for making the most of your human experience and get to the higher ground of joy and heaven on earth and grace, this is the only way to do it. It is the only way to do it. Take responsibility, clean up your karma. So an analogy that came forward in my mind's eye, it's like, say for instance, you have a field and you want to plant seeds for a new crop. And so we have to go out there, we have to till the land, we have to clean it up, and maybe there's some cow patties out there and they're dry and they're inert. But as we want to clean up the land and we start disrupting the cow patties, it gets stinky, it gets messy, there's flies. This happens when we do our healing work, if we do a cleanse. It disrupts the toxins. But as it does, we have that opportunity to really clean it up, clear it out, make the space for what it is we really, really want in our lives. Hi, Scott. I come back and watch some other time. That's fine. This is going to be available to you. Hey, Natalie from France. I love seeing you from France here. This is such an honor and such a blessing. So again, as we clear out whatever it is that's holding us down, that negativity, maybe it's emotional toxins, maybe it's physical toxins, spiritual toxins, as we start to transcend from fear to love. Again, it can be bumpy, it can be challenging, it can be a little bit painful, but it is temporary. It is temporary, and you will be met with grace. I think angels celebrate us when we turn inward and turn upward with the intention to heal, to become the better, brighter, more beautiful, more authentic versions of ourselves. We are not doing this alone. You do not have to do this alone. You will be met with angels, seen and unseen. So now I'm going to share with you some of the things that I have found that have been very, very helpful in regards to navigating the healing crisis terrain. So give yourself permission to slow down. This is not a process you can force or push. You don't want to press. You want to be gentle with yourself. Slow down. Take good, gentle care of yourself. Take care of yourself physically through good nutrition, maybe some massage, maybe some really good food, high vibrational foods like fruits and vegetables, maybe doing a juice fast or cleanse. If that resonates for you, that's a really beautiful, loving thing that we can do for our physical self. Meditate. And I talk about this a lot. It doesn't have to be confusing. It doesn't have to be complex. Again, if you want some support with meditation, I have lots of guided meditations. Just be in touch with me, and I will be happy to gift you with my introduction meditation or a forgiveness meditation. There's a beautiful way to start to clear out the fear-based content that's in the subconscious mind, the lower vibrational issues of judgment or old hurts, to be able to give ourselves the opportunity to just rest and allow that unprocessed pain to come up and out. I think so often people, maybe the majority of people, struggle and suffer because they're carrying a lot of unprocessed, undigested pain, hurt, heartbreak, and then they see their lives through these prescription lenses that are fractured, that are the wrong prescription. So as we want to do the healing of our past hurts and that starts to come up and out, maybe the tears need to come up and out that we've held in for a long time. And as we do this, our prescription lens starts to change. We start to see more clearly. We start to awaken to our truer nature, which is love, which is the fact that we are exquisite, incredible, beautiful beings made with love, by love, and for love. As we wake up into this awareness, this is the awakening process. Life is a lot more fun. There is a lot more support and synchronicity, grace and ease. So a couple of other things that we can do to support ourselves as we continue to heal and ascend and become happier and healthier humans is find that emotional support. Do you have friends of like mind? Is there a support group you can join? Do you have a sister, a lovely sister like I do? I hope you do. If you don't, maybe you have a soul sibling that you can talk to and maybe navigate the terrain with together, be on the path together with, which is always lovely. It's not fun or easy to do this work alone. A certain amount does need to be done alone, but you can also invite other people to be part of the journey and process with you. If you don't have somebody that you feel like can really relate to you or meet you where you're at in this process, maybe they're not compassionate to the degree that you would like them to be, find a counselor. Find somebody that is of the heart, that can support you through the process, that knows a little bit about what a healing crisis is or dark night of the soul is. So find that support emotionally. And then again, I think it's so helpful and vital to create affirmations. An affirmation I use daily and that I certainly recommend through this process of going higher in our awakening and awareness process is grace and ease. I am living in grace and ease. I am ascending in grace and ease. I am moving through this healing process. Hey, Anna, how are you? With grace and ease. What we speak of, what we affirm, we invite and we live into. So we want to affirm what it is we want, not what we don't want. There was a period of time my husband was going through a lot of challenges. And I said, honey, you need to affirm grace and ease, grace and ease, grace and ease. And he's like, but it's not graceful and easy right now. I said, that's why. you claim it because you want to live into that. If we complain about what's wrong, we're going to get more of that. If we claim grace and ease even before it feels graceful and easy, it will start to evolve more into grace and ease. So that's another really important thing that has supported me a lot through some of my challenges. Another really beautiful thing that we can do often is turn inward and ask yourself, what really honors me right now? What really honors me right now? How can I be gentle with myself right now? Really listen to what comes up. I know for me, when I was going through a lot of my turbulence and my healing process, life was hard and I would beat myself up because I was sick so much. And I was judging myself as this not being good. I was judging myself as being lazy. I was judging myself as doing something not right. Don't do that. Really set the intention to not judge yourself through this process or at any time, really. So the antithesis, the elixir to judgment is compassion. To choose to be compassionate and gentle with yourself. That is certainly going to support you moving through the process, again, with more grace and ease. I'm happy to hear this, Andrea. I hope it's supportive for you. Yes, and you know, sometimes life throws things at us. Maybe we're not choosing to be on the healing journey, but somebody we're with breaks up with us, or we have an accident, or we get sick. Sometimes I think we are shaken to awaken. It's not because we are being punished. It's not because we are not worthy of beautiful things, because we are. The truth is we are. And sometimes life will support us in clearing our path to support us in going higher, even if it's not what we want. It is what's best for us. So it's really about helping us to get to that higher ground where life is more gentle and graceful and easy. And sometimes I think human rejection is God's protection. So we want to trust the process of life. No matter what's happening, it is on your side. Life is on your side. The universe is on your side. And again, rather than going into judgment about us not being lovable or worthy, or maybe life not being on our side, that's never the case. And I've had some people say, I want to go higher, but I'm really mad at God and I'm really mad at these people. And so I'm not, sorry, I have some notes there. So I want to go higher, but I'm not going to forgive. I want to go higher, but I'm not willing to relinquish this judgment of this person, or I'm not willing to have that conversation with God. So you're really keeping yourself stuck. And it's like having your foot on the accelerator and brake at the same time. And so again, the most important thing I think we can do is to continue to recommit to our soul, to source, and say, yes, I want to go higher. It's a planet of free will and choice. And we get to choose, do we want to stay where we're at, or do we want to ascend? But I believe in karma, and I think we're going to come back over and over and over until we get it, until we choose to wake up. We're going to do it now, or we're going to do it later. And the choice we have is whether we consciously participate now or not. I for sure am raising my hand and saying, I want to go for it. I want to go as high as I can in my consciousness, which is really just to become as loving and compassionate as possible. Again, we live on a planet of duality: dark, light, evil, love, good, bad, right, wrong, black, white. And a lot of people are really participating in this struggle within themselves, and then it's reflected in their lives. I want to transcend this, and I want to live a life of joy, grace, ease, and great love. And I'm hoping you want to join me, because it certainly is fun. It's certainly exquisite and miracle filled, but sometimes we have to go through our clearing and cleaning process to get to that higher ground and blue skies above the gray and gloomy, doomy weather. So I'm just going to tell you again a few things. Just go over quickly some of the bullet points about what you can do to take care of yourself right now, so that you can live a life of more grace, ease, peace, happiness, and great love, because you deserve it. It's who you are on the deepest level. And if we can just get out of our way and let the river of life carry us to where it wants to carry us, which is, we're all going back to the ocean, there is so much joy. There's so much support. You are surrounded by angels, seen and unseen, just wanting to guide you and love on you if you can open your mind and heart to receive that. There's so much love and grace here for you. So again, just the awareness that this is part of the journey. Having compassion for yourself, setting that intention to be gentle with yourself is so helpful. Meditate. Just take some time to just breathe. Just take some time to turn inward and focus on your breath and relax into your heart and receive the love and grace that is here for you. Imagine the angels wrapping their wings around you and just holding you in that place of peace. If you can just do that 5 minutes a day, I know you're going to see God winks, and I know you're going to experience some grace, because that's how this work works. So again, also support yourself physically with good nutrition, maybe some light stretching, maybe some massage, reflexology. What honors you, what nurtures you, what feels good and gentle. Listen to that and follow through with that. Take really good, sweet, gentle care of yourself. Be compassionate. If you feel any judgment coming up, just say, you know what? Nope, I'm not doing that. I'm going to set the intention again to be kinder and gentler with myself, because that is how life will show up for you. The kinder and gentler you are with yourself, the kinder and gentler life will be with you, because it is a mirror. Be gentle, be compassionate, affirm grace and ease a lot. That's an affirmation I use every day. I am living in grace and ease. I am ascending with grace and ease. Thank you, sweet thing. You are beautiful inside and out. So that is such a beautiful compliment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, commit, recommit, and turn inward and often and say, how can I really honor myself right now? What would self-love look like right now, or feel like right now, or do right now? And really follow through with the wisdom that bubbles up. You have so much wisdom inside of you. Every single one of us does. I questioned it, I doubted it, but I was so fortunate to surround myself with some really incredible teachers. And again, I think when the student's ready, the teacher appears, the book appears, the television show appears, the podcast appears. And I was really supported in navigating my healing crisis and journey of the hero. And I want to be able to do that for you as well. And if it's not me, I can recommend books. I can send you guided meditations. Just really listen to yourself. I hope to point as many people as I can inward to the wisdom of their own soul and to source inside of them. Because if you're breathing, God's in you. And I think God really wants to have a relationship with you. And this doesn't mean you have to go to church, although if that's supportive, you can, for sure. What honors you? Turn inward, listen, what honors me right now, and follow through with that. I love the saying, don't go to church, be the church. I think our life is a spiritual journey, whether we know it or not. And again, we can participate with it consciously or we can resist it. But pain comes from resistance. So I hope that something I've said here resonates for you, and that you can use a little bit of a nugget or a tidbit or an analogy, and may it support you in experience a bit more clarity and give you kind of some touchstones as you continue to move forward in your life. And again, if there's anything I can do to support you, it's my honor, pleasure, privilege, and purpose. I struggled so much for so long in my life, and I feel like I've done a lot of work to get more clear. And now my intention is just to hold the hands of those that want to go higher, to be on this journey together as we ascend into the better, brighter, more authentic, beautiful versions of ourselves. So thank you for being part of my life. Thank you for being part of my journey. And again, if there's anything I can do to support you, it would be my honor. You are my heart, my meditation, my prayers. Just be in touch. And I look forward to connecting with you again very, very soon. So be in touch on this thread. You can private message me or email me at tammybphd@gmail.com, and I'll send you over a guided meditation or two. And I would love to hear from you about what's going on. If you can relate to anything I'm saying, if anything helped you, I just want to be in conversation and support you however I can. So it's about relationship. We heal in relationship, relatedness, connection. That's what it's all about. That's where the greatest joy is for me. So God bless you. You're my heart and prayers. Be in touch, okay? Take good, gentle care of yourself. Bye for now.